Great googly moogly, did I just watch a movie? Find some paper and a pencil because you're going to need to take notes. I know I probably should have. But before we even get started, you need to know that the catalyst for this whole film are false allegations of crimes of a sexual nature. Like, she has to tell the police, and then they have to have a trial. It's not the whole main part of the movie at all. It is that first little bit, and you should also know that it turns out to not actually happen. I just want you to be prepared. So let's get started. Picture it, Miami High School in 1997. Denise Richards is super into the guidance counselor who is Matt Dillon. And like, sure, okay, Matt Dillon is kind of good looking. I'm assuming he's good looking for the time. He's the guidance counselor. He also works in the sailing team or yacht team, whatever it's called. Drives the Jeep, has beautiful girlfriends. Well, she is all into him. And then one day her and another classmate go to his house to wash his Jeep as part of like one of the school fundraisers. And he has to find the little coupon that he's supposed to give her. And she walks into his house and then it kind of blacks out. And then it goes to her being at her house, being all upset. And then she tells her mother that he did the thing. Well, then she has to go to the police, who is Kevin Bacon and another woman. And then Kevin Bacon and the other cop start investigating. And they go see Neve Campbell, who shares a similar story. And so these two take him to trial. Well, Neve Campbell crumbles under pressure and tells them that she faked it because she was mad at him for letting her stay in a penitentiary and not helping her, even though he's the guidance counselor, and she felt betrayed, so she wanted to get back at him. And so the case is dismissed. And then Matt Dillon goes to his lawyer, who is Bill Murray, and they get a settlement for him not suing for slander. I can't remember the word. Anyway, well, in order for Denise Richards' mom to be able to pay the big-ass settlement, she has to break Denise Richards' trust fund. And, like, she is super pissed off about it. Well, come to find out, it's a whole scheme. See, we have a whole throuple going on. Denise has been fucking Matt Dillon this whole time, but she's also been fucking Neve Campbell, and Neve Campbell's also been fucking Matt Dillon. See, the three of them came up with this plan to make this whole fake case so that they had to break up her trust fund so that she could get it, so that she didn't have to wait on her mom to die in order to get it. And they were all going to live in the Bahamas together. But three, apparently, is a crowd. And Kevin Bacon is onto them. He knows that the three of them are in cahoots for all this because he can see the bank statements, and he tells them, hey, I can see your bank statements. I know exactly what the fuck you're doing. And so, like, Neve Campbell is getting all freaked out over the whole situation. And so Matt Dillon murders her with a champagne bottle. And then Kevin Bacon finds out and goes to Denise Richards to tell Denise. And Denise shoots Kevin, and Kevin has to shoot Denise and accidentally kills her. And then he got kicked off the force. So now with both girls dead, we think Matt Dillon is the only one that's getting all this settlement money. But surprise! He's also in cahoots with Kevin Bacon. And out of nowhere, just when you least expect it, do you see Kevin's bacon, pound of bacon. The pork plant, if you will. But anyways, at this point, now we know these two were in cahoots, and then Denise Richards wasn't supposed to die, but that was on accident. But now, as far as we know, these two have all the money. And they're in the Bahamas, and they're on a sailboat, and then Matt Dillon tries to kill Kevin Bacon by knocking him off the sailboat. But then he gets back onto the sailboat and tries to beat the shit out of Matt Dillon with the little, like, winch handle thing for the sailboat. But then, surprise! Neve Campbell's actually still alive, and she shot a harpoon through Kevin Bacon. So now Kevin Bacon is actually dead. And so then you think, okay, it's going to be Neve Campbell and Matt Dillon. And I don't know about you, but by this point, I did not want Matt Dillon to get the money. I'm just going to say it. I didn't want him to get it to begin with. I was hoping the girls were going to be in cahoots to kill him, and then they inherit the money, but they didn't. But she makes him a drink, and he's kind of sort of poisoned, or he thinks he's poisoned, but then he gets hit with the sail, the wood piece, and he dies in the water, and Neve Campbell has all the money. The end. Except that's not the end. Because the other cop, which I didn't look up her name, I really should have, goes to Neve Campbell's grandma, who owns the trailer park that she was living in, and she's talking to her, and she asks her about this man named Ray, who is Kevin Bacon. But the grandma doesn't know that's Kevin Bacon. Well, as it turns out, so Kevin Bacon was wienering Neve Campbell's mom. But not only was he wienering her, he was beating the shit out of her. But also Neve Campbell's mom was seeing her friend named Davy, and Kevin Bacon found out and killed Davy. And then not only did he kill Davy, he's the one that got Neve Campbell thrown into jail for some fucking shoplifting. And then when she got out of jail, she went back to Matt Dillon's office with pictures of him fucking Denise Richards, and then that's how the whole thing got started. Now the end. Wild, right? This was a crazy ass movie, but the only thing you ever knew about this movie is that Denise Richards and Neve Campbell made out. That's the only thing anybody talks about this movie, not this wild ass plotline. I think I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10 because I was guessing until the end. It's a wild ass plotline. I'm just not certain how we got from one point to the other, but that's okay. And I'm currently on the hunt for Neve Campbell's lipstick. So 9 out of 10. Okay, bye. Who lives in a pineapple and collected money? Neve Campbell from Scream.